I hear what you're saying, and you did, Johnny, when you debated that guy Johnny a few weeks ago, he definitely took page 305 out of context. You were absolutely right. Johnny, all he quoted was, "You can't reach the moon," and he stopped, and he didn't read the part that says, "and live on it." I agree with you. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad said that you can't reach the moon and live on it.
Muted.
But, hello? Hello?
Now, this is something I want you to understand.
Wait a minute.
I know you can hear me when I'm saying something.
The conference host has muted the conference. This line cannot be unmuted.
So I know these phones is working both ways like that. Now, I just asked you a question, and I showed you where, obviously, in the very book you got, the messenger clears up what he means by not reaching the moon and living on it. So now, what do you keep on trying to suggest now?
Am I off mute?
What you done did with this?
Am I off mute?
The conference host has muted the conference. This line cannot be unmuted. Unmuted. Muted.
Now unmute your phone. Press star 6.
Unmuted.
But the messenger done already undid what you was trying to say.
Okay, no, I hear you. Is my phone off mute? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry. When I pressed star 6 twice before, it said the whole thing was unmuted. So I'm sorry. On page, sorry.
See, now just like you heard me just then, you heard me when you were talking fast the other time.
No, I didn't.
I'm telling you, don't do that.
When I hit star 6, an operator said something, so I couldn't hear you for about 10 seconds. Now, at any rate, on page 305, it says that man can't land on the moon and live on it. That's obviously true. Man can't live on the moon. Page 110 isn't talking about living on it. All page 110 mentions is building rockets to land on our moon. Land on our moon, not land and live. It just says land on our moon, parentheses, which can't and won't be done.
Just a moment. When you go and read that, and then you read what it says back here further, then you start to see that that's what he meant.
Excuse me.
Mm-hmm.
That man could not land on the moon and live there.
But 110 doesn't mention living on it, though.
If that wasn't what he meant, then why is that what he said?
Okay, then why do they have to edit it later, then?
The same book that you got says that.
Why did they have to edit it later, then?
No, I don't know nothing about editing.
Okay, what's your email? I'll email it to you right now so you can see for yourself. What's your email?
Well,
Lightchild at what?
Where people got afraid because they couldn't argue for the messenger, so they called themselves taking something out that they thought was contradictory. But you don't take something out of messengers of God thing.
But the book you have is edited. They edited that part out. You should get the version I have.
Well, I don't have. You give me one or make me a copy of the one you.
Okay, what's your email address?
I check.
The thing is.
What's your email address?
Is I'm not the person who runs from what messengers of God say. I don't read the Holy Bible, the Holy Quran, or any of the messengers of God's teachings trying to catch them in a lie. That's why I always find the truth. I'll show you an example. Over here where they got Jesus telling people, don't be telling people that he's Christ. And, if I had just skimmed it, then I would have believed like a lot of other people believe that Jesus was telling people that he was Christ.
So why did Elijah Muhammad authorize the edited version in 1972?
I don't know nothing about what you are saying that the Honorable Elijah Muhammad authorized. I know that when the messenger was here, the message to the black man was in hardback.
Okay, the 1972 version of Message to the Black Man doesn't have the parentheses in there.
When Elijah Muhammad was here, the message to the black man was the hardback copy.
Yeah, that's the one I have.
Yes, there was no edited one.
Okay, 1965 says, which can't and won't be done. In 1972, that line disappeared. Why?
Well, you asking me something that I just told you. You keep trying to argue this. You're like a person who, in court, and question that you asked been asked and answered, and then you go and rephrase it and ask the same question all over again.
You didn't answer the question, though.
Elijah Muhammad said that they would not be able to land on or reach the moon and live.
But 110 says nothing about living on it, though.
That is what his statement meant when he said that.
No, it didn't. All it said is he now boasts of building rockets to land on the moon. That's all it says. It has nothing to do with living on it. It just says landing on it. He now boasts of building rockets. Okay, when did the white man ever boast about landing and living on the moon? I don't ever remember doing any of them saying that they're going to live there. They just said they're going to land there.
But that said, it didn't say nothing about him boasting to land and live on it.
That's what you said 110 means. You said that 110 means that land to land and live on it. And that's wrong, because all 110 mentions is to land on it, not to live on it.
That's 305 where it says that.
No, page 110. Page 110 just mentions building rockets to land on it, not to live on it. You're adding something to it.
Get out of it. Come back on mute. I mean, you're not going to make a lie out of nothing the Honorable Elijah Muhammad taught.
But you denied that was in the book. You denied that when you debated Johnny, you denied that was in the original Message to the Black Man. I'm saying that it was in there, and you said he was a liar for saying that it was.
Oh, I don't deny it, and I didn't deny it.
Yes, you did. You said, why'd you say that lie? You said it doesn't say that. Why'd you say that lie?
It didn't say nothing about not being able to.
Okay. Now.
Then why you tell that lie?
I actually have you on tape. I could play it back if you want me to. When you said, why are you lying, Johnny? Why? I mean, it was funny the way you were saying it, but he wasn't lying about it, though. That's the thing. He wasn't lying about it.
Johnny took me to this page that you took me to.
Yeah, and you denied that it said, which can't and won't be done. You said it didn't say that. It never said that. But it did say that.
To you, as I said to you, even what you are trying to put over now, you reading it in your book, in the same book that you got there, shows you what the messenger meant when he said that they wouldn't be able
No, all it says is building rockets to land on the moon. Now, you might have a leg to stand on if page 110 said, and now boasts of building rockets to land and live on the moon. But it didn't say that. All it said is land on the moon.
Not going any place. And
yeah, you're okay. All right, got it. Understood. No, son of man, listen, thanks for answering my question. I really appreciate it. Not convincing whatsoever, but I appreciate you taking out the time. Take care.
I'm not